امروز 27 نوامبر و ما همه با هم جمع شدیم در همبستگی و حمایت از تظاهراتی که برای دفاع از زنان در افغانستان برگزار شده بود. یک راهپیمایی طولانی بود و اینجا پشت سر من دارن سخنگوها و سخنرانان حرف میزنند. به خاطر این همبستگی با مردم افغانستان و زنان افغانستان، مردم ایران خیلی اهمیت داره و اهمیتش به خاطر تمام تبعیض‌ها، تمام خشونت‌ها و تمام فشارهایی که بر روی زنان چه در ایران و چه در افغانستان هست و اینکه حکومت تروریستی طالبان اونجا داره حکومت میکنه و صدای مردم افغان و به خصوص زنان و دختران افغان به هیچ جا نمیرسه. ما به عنوان تشکیلات خارج از کشور و کمیته لندن توی این تظاهرات شرکت کردیم. همبستگی خودمون رو با مردم افغانستان و زنان افغانستان اعلام کردیم و شعار مرگ بر طالبان چه در کابل چه در تهران سر دادیم و اینجوری صدای خودمون رو به همه زنان و مردان در سراسر جهان رسوندیم و اعلام کردیم که این همبستگی باید یه همبستگی جهانی باشه. حقوق زنان یک حقوق جهان شموله و همه با هم در خیابون‌ها، در میتینگ‌ها و در هر پلتفرمی که میتونیم از اون دفاع کنیم. مرسی.
The rights of women in Afghanistan against the brutality of the Taliban, and also in solidarity, or expression of solidarity of the women in Iran with women in Afghanistan and the women in Middle East, actually all over the world, to say that the rights of women is a universal right and this right should be recognized, and there is a hatred against the Taliban, against the Islamic Republic and all those who suppress the rights of women. The rights of women is the universal right and must be recognized like any other right across the world.
Just if you can look at me. Sure. Thank you. You were just saying the rights of women are universal. I think here in the UK it's difficult for a lot of people to understand what the culture is like in the Middle East, where it seems like the rights of women are not universal or respected at all.
The rights of women is a universal right, irrespective of where you live. It's got nothing to do with the culture, it's got nothing to do with nationality, it's got nothing to do with the geographical position, it's got nothing to do with anything which is other than the rights of human rights. The human rights means that every human being should be equal, every human being should be free to make their own choice. And that is a universal right. In UK, in Australia, in France, in US, everywhere in South America, people are shouting for that. In South Africa, people are shouting for that. In Lebanon, people are shouting for that. In Iraq, the rights of women is a right which should be recognized as every human being. And there is an enough time. Everybody's saying enough is enough. We considering women as a third-class citizen. That is a right that should not be done. It is effectively every woman to have the right to live like any other human being, to have the right to education, to have the right to make a decision of their own life. And it is only and only the states which are at the moment ruling are the ones who actually do not recognize that right. The people across the world all recognize each other as human beings, and it's nothing to do with the culture. It's a myth. The actual right is a universal right because everybody recognizes a human being as a human being, and a human being doesn't recognize man, woman, old age, sexuality, or anything else, gender, nationality. Rights are rights, and that should be recognized as a human right.
You said that you're from Iran originally, and we've seen a lot of protests there recently. Do you think that this will actually force change in your country?
Well, that's what we're fighting for. The future is not one of those magic scenarios that somebody could predict. The fortunes are not there. We have to struggle. The right and the establishment of that right can only come through struggle. Everybody has learned throughout the world that rights are gained, rights are not given. And therefore, in Iran, we're doing the same thing. Struggling for the rights of women, struggling for the rights of people in Iran under the banner of woman, life, freedom, and the ability of people to recognize and determine their own life through their own representatives, through their own elected representatives that they can elect at any time they want to, and they can de-elect at any time they want to. That's the minimum that every humanity in this 2022 would expect out of this world.
Just lastly, if I can ask you one more, because obviously one of the world's biggest events is happening right now in Qatar, and there's been a lot of talk about gay rights and that sort of thing, not necessarily women's rights, but do you feel that these events should be played in, a lot of people say it shouldn't be played in Qatar, but do you feel that they should be played in countries where we believe that the human rights aren't as respected as they should be, And do you believe that it opens the eyes of people in other countries to a better standard of life?
I think the World Cup has shown the hypocrisy of not only many states but of FIFA as well. Remember back in February, FIFA said Russia is not allowed to take part because of the attack on Ukraine. So FIFA has already said that FIFA and football is not separated from politics. But when it comes to the rights of people, when it comes to the rights of recognition of the rights of people, then in that case FIFA suddenly becomes one of those of the football advocates, and as if footballists are not human beings, they don't live in societies, they don't exist in societies, and they don't recognize it. The lack of recognition of the rights of people includes that of their gender, includes that of the sexual orientation, and the effective discrimination that is being done in the society. And I think what has happened in the football in Qatar has actually shown that the major organizations, big organizations which everybody has been talking about, is corruption all the way through. All of that is secondary when they consider, and they do not consider the rights of people and the rights of gays, the rights of women, the rights of people in general. And I think that is something that the world has expressed. And we have seen that across Germany, across Netherlands, across Europe, and many other countries. People have said, we've had enough of this. We do not recognize this as an issue that is only to do with sport and only to do with football. Footballists are human beings as well. The fact that women in Iran, the fact that women in Afghanistan or many other countries, even in Iran, they're not even allowed to take part in the stadium and they take part in the football. Even watching and observing it, being an audience, never mind even actually having the full rights. And it is the real hypocrisy that everybody sees, that why FIFA does not recognize people as people. Some people like football, some people play football, some people do other things. They are human beings like any other human being, so therefore they must enjoy the full rights like every other human being.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Victimizing women in Afghanistan! Stop victimizing women in Afghanistan! Stop victimizing women in Afghanistan! Stop slavering women in Afghanistan! Stop slavering women in Afghanistan! Women life freedom! Women life freedom! Women life equality! Women life equality! Women life international solidarity! Women life international solidarity! Women life international solidarity! Women life international solidarity! Stop murder, stop torture in Afghanistan! 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 Iran, Afghanistan solidarity! 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 Iran, Afghanistan solidarity!